We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go.
Hi there. Are you thinking of taking a trip on your own, having a bit of me time, or do you have kids or grandkids that are planning a gap year? Then this is the show for you. Chris Parsons does it solo at the Palazzo Versace Hotel on the Gold Coast.
So it's no surprise that the world's first fashion-inspired hotel made its home here.
Chris Smith takes a journey over to Peru in South America.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Machu Picchu.
And Andrew takes a trip to the moon.
How good is that?
But first, Alex has some great tips about taking that first trip overseas.
The first thing is to Google everything. Do your research. Pre-book flights and accommodations to lay the foundations of your trip and then improvise the rest. You don't need to plan everything.
When I was 16, I went to Europe for 2 months and I spent a lot of time traveling all around Europe and with my family, of course. And then that kind of prompted me to go back again when I was a bit older and backpack through it. So having the experience in my family was kind of nice, but I really wanted to go back by myself and just kind of be a bit more spontaneous. And staying in hostels was absolutely beautiful. It's a bit scary and daunting being alone and catching a first plane, but everyone's so chatty. People will see you by yourself and just be like, how you going? You gonna have a drink with us and stuff? And I was like, oh my God, hell yeah. You'll make friends in people like Amsterdam or Italy, and they'll be like, oh, if you ever come here again, you can stay with my family, stay with us. And I'll be like, likewise, if you ever come to Adelaide, I've got a spare room, come and fuck. So it's kind of like that. Everyone kind of takes care of each other a little bit.
There are a ton of apps for reviewing places you might want to visit and stay, such as Expedia, Reddit, just to name a few.
But word of mouth is still very popular at the moment. People meet, they talk, where did you stay? Oh, go and meet this person at this hostel. So sometimes it's about the people that are there, not so much the actual accommodation facility. And just, how to travel, pre-book all your train tickets and things like that. You'll save a lot of money. And just basically about backpacker etiquette, I suppose, is probably the one that you're sharing a room with somebody, keep your room tidy, neat, Yes, you're going to go out and have a few drinks and laugh with people and just be safe, really. Over the years, a lot of people that have started uni and then decided to come and have some time in Australia and things like that. And a lot of them, as they're travelling around and they meet other people, they tend to change the direction of where they want in life. Is that really the thing I want to study? Do I want to settle down? And they get a really very good perspective of the world.
Get travel insurance and check out what the local tourist scams are. Forewarned is forearmed.
A very common scam is the source trick, which in essence is where someone diverts you to steal your valuables by spilling something on you or a bunch of kids jostle you. Treat any weird diversion as a scam.
But I recommend traveling to absolutely everyone, and backpacking as well. It's very daunting traveling by yourself, but I'm always just if you can get past getting on the plane, you won't regret it. And I came out a changed person coming out from it as well.
Pack light and smart to avoid baggage fees. And if you're doing a lot of walking, see if the place you're staying at has some lockers for hire. There are so many great packing products available now, but I really like these packing cubes. They keep your stuff super organised. See? Finally, it's important to share your location and travel plans with people back home. Whether that's a Facebook check-in or a quick text, it goes a long way. Mum, I'm alive. You can leave me alone.
If you are somebody who is looking at travelling on their own, there are lots of different options that you can look at for travelling through America or through Europe.
You're going to have people to take care of it for you. You've got a range of accommodation options from budget to comfort.
Some of the things that the tour guides are responsible for with youth groups include organising visas and entry requirements, as well as the transportation from point A to point B, and also just making sure that all round that they stay safe while they're on that holiday.
A travel tip for Europe. When you reach the destination, just stop. Take it in yourself before pulling out the camera.
Thank you, sir. So when it comes to style and luxury, the Gold Coast knows a thing or two. So it's no surprise that the world's first fashion-inspired hotel made its home here. Thank you, gentlemen. Folks, welcome to the Plazo Versace, where everything is extra. And when I'm embarking on a lavish solo escape, I'd expect nothing less.
What inspired Gianni Versace to open the first fashion-branded hotel was he wanted to be able to have a platform where he could really display his lifestyle. There was nothing created like it in the world. To be able to have a brand that really comes to life was really the inspiration that Gianni Versace wanted to bring to people to be able to enjoy and be proud of the brand that he has.
You could say the grand lobby is the heart of the hotel, and at its centre, of course, a grand chandelier that once hung in the State Library of Milan. So if you're ever wondering how to live large, ask an Italian.
There's definitely no expense spared, and the thing here is it's timeless. When you look at this place, even though it's nearly coming on to 20 years that it's been here, or 22 years, it's timeless. The bones of luxury just screams.
Of course, nothing is done half-heartedly here. In fact, everything is done wholeheartedly and then some. And that extends to the music played in the lobby. So in that vein, folks, I give you the incredibly talented Cassidy Wilson on the grand piano. Take it away, sir.
I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand to be. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow.
There's not one area that you look and think, oh, there's a blank space. Every area tells a story, and that was his philosophy.
Well, everyone, feast your eyes on the couture high tea. Now, in the fashion world, couture means to me super expensive clothing, but in the foodie world, I believe it translates to an incredible tower of delicious treats and delights. Decadence. Where to start? I choose you.
When we talk about food, food needs to align with the philosophy of who we are. So if we're talking luxury, fashion, and we're talking about really delivering excellence, we need to have the food to align with it. People still come in here in awe to be able to say, wow, this is amazing. They really feel the Versace spirit and the inspiration of what is left behind. You feel that essence of Italy, that you're in a beautiful integrated resort. It is a home away from home, and you feel pampered because we treat every guest here like this is their home.
Now, of course, a stay in the Imperial Suite wouldn't be complete without a snuggly bathrobe and a bubble bath fit for Roman king. Now, if you'll excuse me, these tired bones won't soak themselves. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate it. So if you are sitting on the couch right now and you're nursing a terrible case of FOMO, I've got some really good news for you. Your very own poolside cabana in sunny Queensland is just a click away. Ooh, wonderful. Thank you, Chef. See you soon.
If you're after a solo holiday that involves colour, carnival and a little bit of spice, then why not give South America a go? Chris Smith is doing just that and visits Peru. Let's see what he thinks.
For many, Peru is known as the land of the Incas. Their empire was the largest in the pre-Columbian Americas, and although they may have fallen centuries ago, a lot of what they created still remains here, in the stunning Sacred Valley. Oh my. Oh wow.
Carmen is my local leader, and she's brought me to the incredible Inca ruins at Ollantaytambo.
So the Sacred Valley, why is it so popular for tourists?
Our heritage that our ancestors left us is something that many visitors want to see. Authentic experiences that helps a lot to the locals' economy.
And here's a great example of that. This family-owned corn beer brewer.
This is how it looks like.
That's it? This looks like milkshake.
Yeah, would you like to try?
I'd love to. It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
The corn is put into water for 2 nights and then buried for 15, then ground and boiled. Should be interesting.
How is it?
It's not my cup of tea. I can't lie to you, it's not great.
Next up, we're off to the countryside to spend a few hours at a local village. And boy, they know how to make a visitor feel welcome. The locals have invited us for lunch, so I better dress the part.
It's like I've been here for years, isn't it? Eh? I just fit in. I look good? Good?
It's a traditional affair, a pachamanca or earth pot, where ingredients, some of which are pretty unexpected, are cooked in the ground.
Cuy. Guinea pig.
Guinea pig! Oh, we're gonna eat the guinea pig. Oh, I'm not sure about this. It makes you really appreciate everything that they go through here just to get lunch and dinner.
After an hour or so, lunch is ready.
It's actually quite delicious. It wouldn't be a trip to the Sacred Valley without a little walk up the hill to a spot that wasn't introduced to the world until the early 1900s, but it offers an amazing insight into the height of the Inca Empire. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Machu Picchu.
It's recognized as one of the new 7 wonders of the world, and it's not hard to see why.
This is mind-blowing.
It's an incredible setting, almost 2,500 meters up in a tropical mountain forest.
It's magical. It's a very magical place. It's intact. The Spaniards never disturbed this place, so it's very amazing. It's very amazing. We could imagine how those people were living 600 years ago.
Do you believe there's still so much more that's unfound?
Yeah.
Yeah?
For sure. This is just the beginning.
That gives me tingles just thinking about that. The fact that there could be even more of this out there that hasn't been stumbled across yet.
Set aside 2 hours to walk around the site. There's so much to learn.
Were Incas this tall? That's a big door.
Well, no, actually, they were more like me.
More like you, okay. My time in the Sacred Valley in Machu Picchu has been absolutely phenomenal. It really is one of the most magical places on Earth. Words honestly cannot describe the feelings that you get in a place like this, so I won't even try. My only advice to you would be, come and try it for yourself. It's truly amazing.
Let's say you've logged into a place by yourself, you've got a few spare hours, what do? Well, how about you fly a plane to Peru?
Untitled started back in 2017. Me and my friends went to Melbourne for a Bucks night. We had never tried anything like that before, and it just blew our minds. We realized there was nothing like this in Adelaide. My friend bought a computer and then a headset, and it was a very organic thing. One thing led to another, and here we are 4 years later.
I'm about to fly a plane.
Yeah.
Take us through it.
Let's do it. So check it out. These are going to be your controls, and that's going to be the joystick here on your left hand. That's how you'll control the planes. And then where do you want to go in the world?
Well, Chris Smith went to Peru, and I'm jealous. Can I go there?
For sure.
Whoa. Oh, whoa. This is exactly what it looks like when you're flying a real plane, like seriously. How's the detail?
There's lots and lots of buttons you can turn on, and the landing gear and all the throttles. The real simulating kind of stuff where everything you really have to know the buttons and click all the things.
Oh. How good was that?
Yeah, look, we do games here, you know, primarily, but then there's a lot of other things where they're experiences. You don't have to necessarily do anything in the game. It's, you know, you're going to the moon. There's one where you take the perspective of an astronaut, and it's taken the real recordings from the Apollo 11 mission, and it kind of puts you in the perspective. And so it's a bit of history. You're in the rocket. You can see all the buttons. You can look outside and see the launch pad. And then there's the countdown, the 5, 4, 3, and you're really there.
3, 2, 1, 0. Like, this is so realistic. Even the finer details, like you look out, everything is just so clear.
3, 4 miles an hour.
My body's still tripping out. Like, my brain's not smart enough to comprehend that this isn't real. There's half of my brain that's in panic mode.
But then we have the multiplayer stuff, and that's where we can link multiple things together and you can kind of see each other in the virtual world. So you can either do the single player stuff, and so there's a whole bunch of single player experiences. Again, there's both experiences and games. When you're ready, I'm going to get you to walk into the elevator. It's just behind you.
Yep.
Walk on in just with your legs.
Properly walk?
Properly walk, and then have a look. There are some buttons on the inside of the elevator. Find plank. Just reach out and poke it. That's it.
See you guys. Oh my God.
Okay. Now, if you're feeling brave, you can walk the plank. You don't have to. All right, take a second to enjoy the view. And there are two ways to get down. You can either come back into the elevator and just hit the ground floor button, or you can take a step off the plank. But one more step.
You just jump?
Just take a step. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well done, you're in heaven.
Oh my God.
Well, I know where I'll be taking my daughter for a day out. Outer space. We'll see you next time.